Hello, happiness abounders, and welcome back. Today I want to blow your mind with the thought that every routine you have in your life is backed by a goal. Whether it's a subconscious goal, a societal goal, or an outward goal, every routine, system, habit in your life is backed by a goal. And I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about what's backed by goals and how we can identify that, and then how we can set ourselves up for a goal system so that we can start moving forward with those more positive routines. Now, we've been talking about that throughout this week. We've been working on identifying your if-then habits and routines, and then looking at that chain habit integration. But now I want to take that look at what you do in your life that has goals attached to it, whether you know it or not. So let's take a look at that. So I want to start with something as simple as brushing your teeth, right? Really simple. It may feel like it's not backed by a goal, but I think it might be, right? Hear me out. You brush your teeth because you want to have good dental hygiene. And your mom wanted to have kids with good dental hygiene, right? So your mom's goal was to teach her kids to brush their teeth so they had good dental hygiene. Personal goal for your mom. Something that just is happening for you, right? But as you get older, you can make those decisions to brush your teeth or not. And then it's, do I want good dental hygiene? Do I want societal goal? Do I want to fit in and not have like halitosis? Like, I know that's a medical condition, but you know what I mean. I have bad breath, or to have icky teeth, right? Because people in society, at least in American society, are really weird about teeth, right? So then it's a societal goal. And then now as an adult, it's just a habit and a routine that you may have. But it was backed and started by those subconscious or societal goals that other people had for you, or that you had so you could fit in. Now, I want to take it to the next level here. For some of you, working out is non-negotiable. It's a part of your routine. It's a habit. It's no big deal. It's just how things are. For other people, it's not as subconscious anymore. And it's like, wow, I really have to push myself to get into a routine to have a good workout and to do it consistently and constantly. And that goal is backed by a lot of things, right? Again, there's a societal pressure that we tend to shame people who are larger in size as an American culture, which is unfortunate. There is sometimes family pressure, right? There's physical goals, there's health goals, right? Sometimes it's pushed by like, wow, I really need to get this stuff going because this and this and this is happening in my health. The family side is you want to spend more time with your children or more time with your husband. You maybe want to go outdoors more. There's so many goals and measurements of success that can surround the idea that I need to have a good workout routine. I'm going to go back to the podcast for a second. I know, because I tried, that if I didn't have the podcast as part of a routine, I would not achieve the goal of having the podcast. So whether it's subconscious and it's been something in our life like brushing our teeth that has been there for forever, it's backed by a goal. You could stop brushing your teeth tomorrow, and most people probably wouldn't say anything or notice. Now, if you went for a full month, people who care about you might notice. Your dentist would be like, what are you doing, right? But that's your choice. But it's backed by this goal and this idea that you want to fit in society. You want to have good hygiene, dental health, dental hygiene, right? You want to have a pretty smile for Instagram pictures. I don't know what all the reasons and goals may be, but I do know that every habit and routine we have is backed by a goal of some sort. Now, I mentioned a couple that are more in the positive spectrum, but even in the negative spectrum, if we go back to a couple episodes where I spoke of my Netflix problem and addiction, that had a goal, unbeknownst to me, but the goal was to numb out. The goal was to not feel these terrible emotions, and the goal was to just detach. right? Just that big sigh and detach. But it wasn't really detaching. It was just numbing and pushing things to the side to deal with eventually later. They don't just go away. But the goal there was to numb out and to escape from my life at that point in time. Subconscious goal didn't go out and say, I'm going to set a goal to numb out from my life. I don't think we do that. But it is the goal of that action, the goal of that habit and that routine. So I want to encourage us today to look at the routines that we have in our lives. Good, bad, neutral. And start to go, is there a goal associated with this? How did I get to this point? Now, I'm not telling you not to brush your teeth. That's not my place. But I am telling you to think about little things like that you've done your whole life, but ask why. What's the reasoning behind it? What's the goal we're trying to achieve? What in the negative things is the goal we're trying to achieve? And is that the goal we really want in our life? Because if we've just said it subconsciously, it's probably not. In that case, that's when we need to use the chain habit integration we spoke about yesterday, episode 338, to get us into that mindset of let's stop the chain of the negative routine and put in and integrate a different chain habit routine to get us to where we need to go. So that's what I want to talk about today, that and establishing these goal systems, right? You can't establish a new goal system if you can't look at your current goal systems. Because your current goal systems cannot be as easily overwritten if you're unaware of them. But if you're aware of them, you're aware of these goal systems you have in your life that are associated to your habits and routines, then you can go, what's working, what's not working, and what do I need to change? Which brings us to some of our episodes in our goal theme weeks of what's working, what's not working, and what needs to change. Then you can integrate those systems into your habits and routines and start to see your life shift in a positive direction. Start to see it take those next levels up to where you want to go. So I'm going to leave you with that today. I hope that this idea was as mind-blowing to you as it was to me when I was like, wow, every habit and routine, everything has a goal associated to it. Even like opening your emails first when you get into work has a goal associated to it. Has the goal of wanting to be on top of things, has a goal of wanting to be less overwhelmed, has a goal of not having numbers of unread emails in your inbox, has a goal of wanting to be put together so that your coworkers can rely and trust on you, has the goal of making more money. There are goals associated to every routine that we have. So I hope this was, like I said, I hope it was as mind-blowing to you as it was to me, because I was like, holy smokes. When I was thinking of this for this episode, I was like, wow, how do we establish a goal system if we can't understand that every system we have in our life is associated to a goal? So I would love to know, one, if you agree and this was mind-blowing to you. Two, if you disagree and why. I would love to have this conversation. And then three, if you feel like this episode did resonate, I would love for you to share it with a friend or share it with the world in the sense of leaving a review. And you can do that on Apple Podcasts. It's as easy as clicking the 5 stars, or you can actually write out a review, and that would make my day. So give it a shot. Let me know. But really take a look, coming back full focus, take a look at your routines and see what goals are associated to it. And then tomorrow we'll talk about creating step goals to help you achieve those next levels in your life. So have a wonderful day. Take a look at your goals. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. And above everything else, remember, you are capable of happiness abound.